and from many musicians. It's been a godsend. And I was so excited this last year when I got an email from you saying, okay, now we're expanding, we're doing BookBaby. And having not only done music, but having done books, I thought, what an amazing opportunity, because the biggest challenge for people who have books is a way to get it up and distribute it out to people. So what brought about the BookBaby? What was the concept behind going into books?
It was strange. Like a lot of good things in life, there wasn't any particular forethought. I would love to say that I was the visionary behind having created the iPad and some other things, but really we were because we give iTunes 4 million tracks. I was having breakfast with them at South by Southwest in 2010, and they said, the iPad's coming out in a week and a half or 2 weeks, and we're going to have an iBookstore for the iPad. Would you like to be on it? And I'm like, yeah. So they said, all right, well, go make a business. So I had 10 days so I called the programmers. They drank a lot of Red Bull, and they got the store up in 10 days. The store didn't do anything. You would basically have to email your book, and we would only distribute to the iPad. But the response was phenomenal. We really, honestly, did not expect this one. So we just hired up, staffed up, developed, and now we're distributing to the iPad and Amazon's Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, Sony Reader, Kobo Books, Copia, Gardner's, eBook Pie, Baker & Taylor, all over the place.
And you weren't aware before you started that there was such a huge demand?
Well, there wasn't. Before we started, I had a Kindle, and I thought that was a beautiful thing, but there really weren't a lot of other readers that were really taking over and doing that well. Right. And I didn't see the iPad in advance of its release. In fact, most people at Apple didn't see the iPad in advance of its release. Apple, if you work there in the iTunes department, you need special key access to get into the building where they're speccing out the hardware devices. So we really didn't know what to expect. And when the thing came out, after I got my hands on one, I was like, oh my goodness, this is an incredible device. And that's when we realized that tablet reading would really become the future.
And it is very, very quickly, and I think there's a huge future in this. And it's a different kind of field. So are you kind of approaching the BookBaby and how you reach the people who are would-be authors and people who kind of are forging into it in a different way than the musicians? Is it a little different audience approach?
It is slightly different, but it's not that different. There's a lot of similar challenges in the book industry that there were in the music industry a few years ago, so we've learned a lot. There were concerns about piracy, but those are being put to rest as digital rights management is kind of baked into the platforms. There are concerns about whether there are companies that are rapacious and that kind of prey on some of the content creators and the artists, and there are concerns about community. So that's why we don't charge annual fees. It's just an upfront $99 fee. We do manual conversions so that they look good on all the devices, and then we pay out 100% of the profits back to the authors.
Now the idea is that basically your manuscript has to be in a document form, or is it a PDF form?
We'll take anything.
You'll take anything?
We'll take anything, yeah. Wow. PDF I think we're going to charge $59 extra for, but we really want to make it easy for everybody. So whatever you have, if you have pages or InDesign files or whatever you have, we want, life is too short to be sweating the technology of it. It's like changing the oil in your car. You could do it yourself, but why? And then also it's the same with distribution. Like you could distribute yourself to just Amazon or to Barnes & Noble through their Pubit, but a lot of the aggregators won't take books distributed individually. And then there's all the accounting hassles. You have to put in your banking information each time. You've got to manage all the payments. We have a central accounting dashboard where you get paid every week, and it's just, again, for $99, the many hours that you'd save, and the product really looks good, and we keep developing and adding new tools to get your book out there.
So you decided after you began, right, to do an extra fee to have the cover And the graphic part, that's a small extra charge to do the graphics for a design for a cover, correct?
Yes, yeah, we offer cover design, and that's something I'm really proud of. With if you look at the work on BookBaby's website, and the authors, just the testimonials that we get after they get their cover design, it's the same award-winning design studio that we've used for disc makers and CD Baby, and it's been, disc makers has had it for almost 50 years, making albums and CDs for every possible application, for rock musicians, for classical music, for government, for military, for religious. And so they studied the books thing. They won a lot of awards, and they started doing book design, and the results are beautiful. I mean, for that price, they're going to come up with something that you'd be happy with.
Well, the reality is that just a few years ago, you'd have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get a book out. And the reality is that a lot of people that invested their thousands of dollars never got back a dime. A lot of people gave up when they found that out the first time, or heard from friends that was the case. But now, with the price point dropped dramatically, where literally you could put a book out, realistically, maybe $400, $500 to upload it with your cover design, and your fees is about $400 or $500.
No, it's much less. It's much less for ebooks. It's $99, and then if you want cover design, you can get it for $149.
Wow.
We do print books, which started around $500. And we have website hosting. There's a lot of other things we do, but the main thing that I want for BookBaby is for it to be a product that we deliver that everybody's happy with, that's scalable, that we're not about. If people always ask us, well, when are you going to offer this or that service, like a marketing service or distribution into physical stores? And there are other companies out there in the space that will sell you or upsell you to 4-digit in price, $1,000 marketing packages or distribution packages. And what happens is that the author ends up with a bunch of books propping up a coffee table, and the company sends out a couple press releases that nobody really bites on, or you get in 1 or 2 stores, and then that's not good. CD Baby has almost 300,000 artists, and we want to, and we provide an affordable service, and we help people out. We've got our blog, and we have 46 people answering the phones. We're one of the rare internet companies that actually answers the phone.
You answer the phone.
So,
and you answer your emails, which is very hard in some places to even get a person to answer, or let alone find how you get an email. But not only that, when I have actually sold CDs, I get a wonderful, charming letter saying, congratulations, you sold some CDs, a check is coming. I mean, that kind of service makes a huge difference to a struggling artist.
Yeah, and we're all writers and musicians ourselves who work there, and it's we think that by actually, we're not Random House, and we're not a marketing company that just wants 10 clients. We want to, with CDs and with CD Baby, it totally changed the face of the music industry. It really did. I mean, I can't take credit for that. That was Derek and the amazing team that he built. But record labels, their whole power eroded, distribution centers and rack jobbers, and everybody's job changed and the model changed, and now it's anybody can make music and get it on iTunes and distribute it on Facebook, and it's an incredible thing. And with books, that's where it's going. And those are our people. The writers are the people that we relate to and know and love and care about. We don't, as far as the book industry, that's going to change. There's not a lot from these tablets, from the way media is being consumed and distributed. And we don't want to rip anybody off, to profit while it's changing. We want to be a part of the change and a force for good.
Do you have any projections of how big this is going to get? Because you're you're less than 1 year into this.
Little over a year.
Over a year. And at this point, how many people have used your service?
We have almost 8,000 titles, which is very small, compared to CD Baby. But the growth has been explosive, and we know it's going to get huge, and we hope that everyone gets their work out there, that uses it to get feedback from the writing and blogging communities, to say what they have to say, and we hope that people monetize from it. We're not making money off of sales. What we want is we want our authors to make money, but if you're not starving, if you can feed your family, if you're not dying or being foreclosed on or god awful things, you should still write and create and fulfill yourself as an artist, and add to the conversation and speak articulately and be the best you can be. And if in the process you can make money off of your art, that's a great thing. But if not, you shouldn't stop. You got to create, or you'll get loopy. You got to get your stuff out there, And that's what we want to help. We want to help that.
Just a note, of course, in the news, was it 3 weeks ago when Facebook went public? There was all that topic. It was kind of mind-boggling when you looked at the figures. Of course, everyone kind of knew it was going to happen one day, but still, when you actually looked at the figures, it was mind-boggling. Now, you haven't gone public, and do you ever plan to go public?
No. We're the company's privately held. I don't know if they would go public someday, but there are people in the music space who are some of the retail stores that we would distribute to, started private, went public. Some even took it back private after. There's a lot of bureaucracy and paperwork and accounting and hassles with corporate governance and different goals for it. And CD Baby is profitable. We're one of the few. We're the only company I can think of that really have made an effective transition from physical media to digital and actually grew during that transition. So we're profitable, and we want to take what there is and put it into development and to keep changing, because if you sort of stagnate or just take all the money out, you're going to be dead in the water. Everything is evolving. So our focus is, we're glad we're profitable, but our focus is not, hey, let's just make money off of all these guys. That's just a natural extension of what we do, which is we've helped hundreds of thousands of artists, and we want to do that for books.
Well, I think you do an amazing service, and I hope it does grow to the point where you can do, I would love to see editing, and I personally would love to see you have some access to marketing that was reliable, because I agree with you on where it's been with the marketing with other people. Absolutely true. It's mostly a waste of money when I've seen it with any other companies, but it would be lovely to have some access to the whole package, which maybe will come in the future. Yeah,
we're talking to so many people. We're working on things. And we're testing out various things of digital marketing, but we don't want it to be a pyramid scheme either. You can't market hundreds of thousands of titles because everybody is at the top of the you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot we can do, and we're working on it.
Well, it's a wonderful service. I totally endorse it. I think what you're doing is so helpful to so many people, and I really do sense there's a passion behind what you're doing, and caring for what you do.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a difference. And I think that if anyone signs up for CD Baby or BookBaby, they're going to be really happy, and they're going to tell their friends, and that is where growth and the other market builds on top of it. Because I don't see really ads except for word of mouth and things that you get on an email list. So it seems like you're building your business on word of mouth.
Yeah, I mean, there's some. We do. We email, we do some cross promotions, and we do some sponsorships. I mean, we sponsor the San Francisco Writers Conference, but we sponsor it because I was here last year and I just loved this event, where I've been to bigger events with more high-powered speakers, like the London Book Fair, the Frankfurt Book Fair, but this is like a petting zoo. You can actually go up to like major agents or people in the industry and talk to them and get feedback, and that's what they encourage here. Yeah. This place is the coolest thing ever.
It's so true.
So
it's a petting zoo.
It really is. It's just awesome. So we do limited marketing, but we've never, for CD Baby's never taken out a Super Bowl ad or anything. It's really word of mouth, because and it's about content. If we have enough helpful advice in our blogs, and put up articles and distribute articles on how to get around it. We do, for CD Baby, we do articles on touring or articles on getting a manager or an attorney that have nothing to do with our business, but they're stuff that our artists need. And people find us. People tell each other about us, and that's what that's really the most important
It's
thing.
it's a great service you do, Brian Felsen. Thank you so much for your time. I know you've got to get ready to do some talks, and you have a little booth here at the San Francisco Writer Conference. People, check it out. Wait to check it out online. Your 2 email addresses, or is there one?
There's CDBaby and CDBaby.com and BookBaby.com
And people
and HostBaby.com.
And they can find some contact information there if they do want to actually reach someone.
Oh yeah, they can just email books@bookbaby.com or CD at CDBaby.com, CDBaby at CDBaby.com and get through.
They're both great sites.
Or call us. There's our phone numbers on our website.
Yeah.
So, but all the information should be right there. It's really they're pretty deep sites which just explain everything you need.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.